Hello and welcome back to Clark Adventures. Today we're gonna get high. No, not like that. We're gonna do some work on the roof and fix some problems and maybe make an upgrade. Hey, before we go up on the roof, I want to show you one of the reasons we do have to go up on the roof. This was the Max fan cover, the one that was still actually on the roof, and this is how easy it breaks. That's after about 3 years sitting in the California sun on the Mini Winnie. Now let's go up top. Okay, here we are up on the roof of the RV to show you why exactly we are starting this big change and remodel and update. So here's what happened, the big reveal. This wasn't here. Actually moved this one from the back. That's what happened. Driving down the road, this did have a Max fan vent cover over it. Apparently that broke and fell off and probably landed on the freeway and burst into hundreds of pieces. And then the actual cover for the vent hood broke off, and later I did find it, or at least half of it, wedged under one of the solar panels. So we're gonna have to remove this, and I just covered it with one the Max fan covers from the back, but as you can see, it is pretty busted up too, and in fact it doesn't even have the side pieces that would screw through it and hold it on. Those are cracked right off, and if I was to put some pressure on this, I can probably crack it pretty easily. It is so brittle, and these are only just a few years old from sitting on the roof of the RV. They've gotten brittle and broken, and lost pretty much all three of them. Well, there were two, there were three, and then there was this one. Did already order a replacement, and because that's what I thought was missing, was the one that was over the bathroom vent, because that one had disappeared as well. So apparently two of them broke and fell off on transit. I already have a new one ordered and has already arrived. I just haven't put it on, but we're going to show you what we did here, and I'm also going to show you when it comes. I ordered a replacement vent cover for this, and this won't be a fan, but it'll just be a new vent cover, and we'll replace the whole thing. To connect my wires, I did order the Winnebago lever nuts on Amazon. Originally, I ordered just the 2 wire connectors, or 2 conductor wire connectors in a 10-pack. Then I realized I'm going to need to add a 3rd wire to extend to the 2nd outlet and to accept the fan. So I ordered a multi-pack that had 2, 3, and 5 connectors. So I'll keep those for possible future use. I thought I would need 4 connector, but actually 3 on both ends worked pretty good for both the positive and the ground, or the neutral, positive and the neutral wires. So there we go. And these lever nuts work really great versus a regular wire nut, because when a RV or something like this is bouncing around, these can tend to come loose. These are clamp style lever nuts, and they grab pretty well, although when I was putting one together, one of the wires slipped out, but I think I just didn't have it inserted far enough to clip really good. So it's staying connected. Everything's working great. I've like RVing with Tito and some other people I've seen use these, and they seem to work really well, especially in this kind of application. We do have the garnish to finish off the fan. To measure it, I inserted it and I made a mark here how deep it would need to be, and then I transferred this distance to the distance at the bottom and drew a line all the way around, and I'll cut that to fit, and then we can screw it up and that'll finish off the thing. It's funny, it's a garnish like the parsley on the plate you ordered at Denny's that you didn't really want. You just leave it. It's just garnish. You can eat it, but you could eat this too, technically, but it wouldn't be very good. Leave it for what it's forced to do. It's just for looks, like the garnish on the plate. So, need to cut this garnish down to size. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my multi-tool here from Harbor Freight. I got a wood metal blade on it. We'll cut the plastic as well pretty easily. So let's go to it. It's going to be loud. Finally cut through, trimmed with some burrs. We'll take a utility knife and clean up the edges, maybe a little sandpaper, and clean it up and put it up in the screw it up into the grab the fasteners and screw it up to the fan in the RV. So here we are back up on the roof. I only originally secured this with screws on the four corners. I'm gonna go, want to make sure it was working in case I had to remove it. But now we're ready to go and put in some more screws. And then I got some isopropyl rubbing alcohol and microfiber cloth. And we'll put on some gloves and we'll get this cleaned up and ready for some sealant. And now it's time to get in there with the Dicor self-leveling sealant. Around the outside first, and over the screw holes. So let's cut down there. Let this dry. And then hope we can put a cover over the top of it to protect it. We'll do that next time. this plastic. Got the new replacement vent for the roof in the front of the RV, the area over the cab, from Amazon today, and just removed the garnish from the old one. And of course the lid is already missing, that blew off as we mentioned, and I just have the old cover sitting over there to block the hole for now. But now I'm going to go up on the roof and remove this all the way, and then secure the old one down. Once I remove this, I did see that this one looks like it might have a space to run a wire, that if I ever want to power something, it would be able to tap into the line that's over at that light. So I'll try to remember that for future, in case I want to put another fan up in this part of the RV. Looked like it would be totally switched and on all the time. So we're headed back up on the roof. Before I head back up on the roof, I garnered some supplies. Got my 5-in-1 tool and some caulking. And I'm not going to take the driver because I don't have any screws. This didn't come with any accessories or screws. I forgot were not included. So I'll get those at a later time, but I'll set this on the roof and maybe find some screws and go back up and put those in. Looking through my collection of random odds and ends and extra screws and things, I did find a couple of self-drilling bugle heads that I can at least use to hold the thing down while the silicone sets. So at least put a couple of these on either corner to hold it in place. Put some silicone underneath and some lath screws. These are 9/16. I'm gonna get a few longer ones to secure it and the rest of the holes to the roof. Did actually put in some E6000 to kind of glue the roof back to the foam insulation. Clamped it overnight, and hopefully that'll make it a little more sturdy, and these screws will hold it down a little bit. And then once the bottom's attached, hopefully they'll sandwich together and this one won't come loose. And of course, after I get all the screws in, I'll get a heavy dose of the lap sealant, Dicor, and seal it up really good, because apparently there had to have been a leak because a lot of the wood got a little rotted in there. So that's our inexpensive from Amazon vent to replace the cracked one that seemed to disappear on the road. So there you go, that's what we did after going up on the RV and first seeing one of the vent covers missing, and then finding out the whole vent and vent cover was missing on the front. We installed a new fan because we kind of wanted one in the back in the bedroom, and replaced already the vent cover on the one over the bathroom, which already had a max fan in there, and we got the covers to go over the other two vents. If you learned something, I'm glad. If I did it wrong, I'm by no means a professional. This is just how I did it. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, please share them below, or you have a video of your own that show us how to do things, let's share. Thanks again. We're watching Clarkton Ventures, and we'll see you next time.